everybody, welcome back to Omega Zone Gaming. So today we are going to do a top 5 tips for when starting a new game of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. I'm not quite ready to get the review done yet, but I did want to get something out. And I figured a top 5 would be good. You guys seem to respond really well to those anyway, so here we go. So number 5, licenses. So licenses are what give you your skills in this game. So, for instance, you have a license board selection screen. You get this pretty much within, I would say, 40 minutes of starting the game. There are several different ones. Knight, Red Battle Mage, Mechanist, Ulan, White Mage, Shikari, Bashua, Black Mage, Archer, Foe Breaker, Time Battle Mage, and Monk. Now, I would recommend going for either Knight or Bushi, because with those, you start with a sword, which is very powerful early in game. So now we're in my licensing board. To get to how my guy is, level 10, almost 1000 HP right away, I recommend lighting up the ones you see that lit up already. So ones that you haven't lit up are in shadows, and one that you have an actual mark. Also, you can get a quickening fairly early on by following the path that I did. I unlocked swords and heavy armor first. Then I went this way and unlocked all 4 of these health. And then I went up and unlocked these 3. This one is your first unlock. You have to do that to continue on with the game. So after that, I unlocked first aid, just for an emergency situation. And then I went this way and unlocked accessories 2, 4, and 6. So I could unlock Red Spiral. So the thing with the licensing board in this game is the regular 12 had just one licensing board for everything. This has a job class system. Now, whichever one you choose, you're locked into. But don't worry, later in the game, you get another choice. I, myself, will be going either with Red Battle Mage, so I can have a mixture of magic, or White Mage, so for more of a Paladin type character. But I do recommend starting with either Knight or Bushi. And by hitting square, you can actually get a look at how all those look. So that is number 5. So, on to number 4. So number 4 is going to be very simplistic, I guess you could say. When you start the game, you can configure all your items. Whether your wait or active time, battle speed, target lines on and off, all this stuff. What we're looking at is speed mode. So there is a multiplier here. I'm going to show you times 2 and times 4. So this is times 2. Okay, and this is times 4. Like Supersonic the Hedgehog type speed for times 4. I recommend times 2. You'll still get your good gameplay out of it, and you can, not have it looking like the world's blowing by you. So, how do you turn this on and off? Well, just tap L1. Goes back to normal speed, level 2 speed. And that is even for your attacks, too, see? Reason I recommend this is you still get the gameplay without it being so radically slow you can't play. So for number 4, I do recommend, turning that on and running times 2 speed. That way you still get the good gameplay and you're not locked into taking hours and hours upon hours to play. Okay, so that is number 4. On to number 3. As soon as you can, buy new equipment. As you can see on my license board, and each license board is different depending on what you choose. The first two equipments that became available to me were Heavy Armor 1, which is leather helm, leather armor, bronze helm, bronze armor, which you can't buy the bronze yet, but you can buy the leather. And Swords 1, which gave me broadswords. A broadsword will be much more powerful than that dinky dagger that they start you with. So, for number 3, absolutely make it a point to upgrade your equipment early on. And if you need funds, sell the stuff you get off of monsters that you kill. You don't need it until later in the game. There are some fetch quests that require it, but you don't really need it until later in the game. Okay, so on to number 2. We're going to go back to the city of Rabanastre for number 2. And we're going to go right over here. And you see the sign with the bar on my map that's in the center of my screen, which I do recommend keeping open. Yes, it obscures a little bit of the action, but it's overall a better thing. See this? This is the Sand Sea. So once you go in there, right to your right, there is a notification board. Now, I have nothing because I've done all the hunts, but you'll get hunts. And when you get them, you have to basically open your map, find out where the target is. Your first 2 will be in the bar, and then go to them. I recommend doing hunts because they get you rare items and accessories as well as money for buying all the stuff you need to buy in the game. So hunts are definitely worth it, and that is why it's number 2. And number 1, for any RPG this is going to seem obvious, but for 12 it's even more true, and that's why I have you running this at 2 times its normal speed. Grind. Grind like crazy. Saving goes into that. You're going to want to save whenever possible. So we'll save real quick. Okay, and we'll go into the bonus one while we're in the Ester Sands grinding. So the reason you're going to need to grind is because I'm at level 9 right now. Let's go kill one of these and show you what I get out of it. And this is pretty much what I've been getting. So, 10 experience, 1 license point. 10 experience, 1 license point. So, stats. I've raked up over 5,000 experience so far, and I got 580 till I hit actually level 10. Now onto the license board. That cost me 50, that cost me 35, that cost me 35, that cost me 25, because you get that right away. 20, 15, 15, 30, 70... 25, 30, 20, 40, 60. So you see these license boards cost quite a bit amount of points. So the more you just, sort of dedicate towards taking your time to level, the stronger you'll be. Now let's see if our friend is down here so I can show you who you want to avoid early level grinding. That guy. Do not fight him. Don't go near him. You see the T-Rex? You don't want him. You go this way. He is way more powerful than you. Most players can't take him until they're in their 50s. There are some really, really high tier Final Fantasy 12 players who can take him in about their 20s. They, have put all their stuff towards quickenings and health and strength. And they have, the best equipment. But aside that, you're just going to grind it out. You're going to kill monsters over and over and over again. And I know it sounds like a slog, but that's why I had you set it to 2 times speed. So it's not a slog. It's not going to take you super long to do. So yeah, for number one, just grind. Keep doing what I'm doing, and like once I get up to 71, like I've been wanting to buy a certain license. This license, Last Stand, increases defense when HP is critical. So I can now buy that. As you can see, it fills it in. Now I need to earn 50 more for my next experience game. So you'll go back and start killing stuff again. The next main area I don't recommend going to until you're about level 10 because it does get really difficult after that point. So just keep that in mind. But do what you feel is right for you. It's just, in my opinion, the next area is get much more difficult if you're under level 10. So yeah, these were the top 5 tips for starting a new game of Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. I just figured I'd get something out for you guys. The review's nowhere near ready yet. There's still so much I want to try and play before I get an actual review out. And I want to get way further into the game before I get the review out too. But I wanted to get you guys something. So like if you like, subscribe if you want, and I hope to see you on the review. This is Omega Zone Gaming, and I am out.